Hello guys, it's Sharif here with Engadget, and I'm joined by Mark Shuttleworth, the founder of Canonical. They're the people behind this particular branch of Linux, which is Ubuntu, and here we're looking at Ubuntu running on a Galaxy Nexus, a 3rd gen Nexus. Mark, tell us about this.
So this is the full Ubuntu operating system. It has all of the same capabilities and facilities that Ubuntu on the desktop has, but it has the new Ubuntu mobile interface, which is kind of a distilled version of the Ubuntu desktop interface. Mm-hmm. So people will be familiar with our launcher, which is on the left, and we also have indicators, so all of the capabilities that people are familiar with on the desktop.
So right left edge swipe to get your launch bar with your favorite apps, so a limited number of apps go in there, and then do that top edge one again.
Right, so these are your system indicators. You can go straight to whatever you want. If you want to mute, or if you want to switch your networks, then you can go straight to it without losing your place. So compare that to the iPhone experience, where you have to find the settings app, then you have to find the right setting, then you have to change it, and then you have to go all the way back to the home screen and find your app again. This is much faster, much cleaner.
Okay, so each icon along the top, you can use that. Although it's giving you information, it's also a direct path to settings.
Exactly. So all of the settings behind those pieces, network, audio, messaging, and so on, all of those pieces are usable. The messaging story is like a consolidated inbox. So I have there, or any application can deliver messages. Skype, Facebook, Gmail, anything can pop messages in there.
That makes a lot of sense. So obviously multitasking is very important to people on their phones, and that would be with the right edge swipe, or
so your apps are always here, so you don't have to go back to the home screen, right? So you can bring up a gallery app like that, or if you want to make a phone call, that's down here, and so you can have any number of apps running at a time, and you go back using the right edge.
I see.
So you can
scroll back through your apps to quickly switch back to the last.
And if you just flick all the way across from the left, then you'll see all the running apps. You can search for an app and
is that that's as close as we get to the home screen? Is this big
that's
swipe
kind of like a shortcut just to the app portion of the home screen.
Okay.
Our home screen has different pages, so everything's neatly organized. Here I've got videos. For people who are familiar with Ubuntu, these are just the standard sources, scopes we call them, for things that you can search in the desktop. So apps, videos. The home screen is kind of like a search everything, anything you want story.
How did we get back to there from within an app?
So you can do that. You can either essentially launch it like that using this bottom launcher over here. So
you launch home basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or if you're in an app, for example, if I'm in the gallery app, and I want to just see all the apps that are running, I can just do a shoot across the whole lot. And then I'll be.
So it's all swipes and no buttons.
Yep. So no special buttons. The only buttons on the device are power, volume up, and volume down, and you get really quickly to anything that you want.
Okay.
So the top edge system, left edge apps, right edge takes you back.
And bottom edge?
The bottom edge is inside an app. So for example, here in the gallery, if I use the bottom edge, I'll get my toolbar like that, which I can dismiss just as easily.
Got you.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. So that leads me to the first of two questions. And the first is, you talk about buttons and hardware. Can anyone put this on any Android phone, on what other phones? How's this going to work?
Just like you can install Ubuntu on your PC, you'll be able to install this on a variety of phones. It's up to the manufacturer whether it's possible to essentially unlock the phone in the way that's needed to install Ubuntu. And we have a huge community. We expect folks will help us make images for a variety of different devices. And that's really important, both for people who want to extend the life of a device with a fresh new experience, but also for developers who want quick access to try out the platform on a couple of different devices. But the real path to market is through partnership with the handset manufacturers and with network operators. We've had really great conversations, and those are shifting gear now that we can talk publicly about the experience. And we do expect devices to ship either in the last quarter of 2013 or the first quarter of 2014.
Okay, great. And so my last question is, why would a manufacturer, or indeed the consumer, the customer, want this over regular Android? If you could distill the reason in one It's one thing.
Well, I think for the low end of the market, what we have here is a crisper, more beautiful, cleaner experience for people who are essentially going to use the device as a phone, but also for the web and email. In other words, people who are using a relatively limited set of applications. That's a much cleaner experience and simpler and tighter experience than Android.
So you're saying it makes better use of the available hardware than Android, or?
Yes, because we have native applications, developers can kind of squeeze everything out of the hardware. That allows us to deliver a really clean experience, a fast experience on low-end phones. And on the high end, because this is Ubuntu, we essentially have the full desktop available. So if I dock this, I can get the full Ubuntu desktop. And using thin client protocols, I can get Windows applications. And I can manage that device like you can manage an Ubuntu desktop or an Ubuntu server. So enterprises that are currently managing thousands of Ubuntu machines in the cloud, or thousands of physical servers, or thousands of desktops using a tool like Landscape, can now manage the phones with exactly the same device, with same tools. That's pretty extraordinary. All of the things that people love about Ubuntu, regular updates, great security, a crisp, clean user experience, all of those things now for the phone.
Very exciting. Cheers, Mark. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.